Rebecca Mogg riding Ella in the Prelim 7. There's some drifting through the right shoulder and the head is becoming unsteady. It's a 6. It's hard to tell with the rhythm because the camera's jumping a little bit, so I'm going to give you the benefit and give you a 7. Now the head is swinging back and forth, hence a 6. Now that looks to be quite a fair rhythm. That's a 7. It's an obedient transition, although Ella could be more supple over the back and step under more to help with the balance and the connection. But I'm going to give 7 because it was an obedient transition. Ella's a little bit on the shoulders, hence the head carriage becoming unsteady. And for that reason, I'll just wait and see what the transition is. It's quite an obedient transition, but I am going to give a 7 because of the transition. Ella is obedient mare. She just needs to be more supple and through over the back and softer through the neck, as the steps are becoming a little bit short behind and tense due to that. But there was an obedient transition again, so that's a 7. There is some tightness over the back and drawing back from the contact. The trans is obedient, but it looks from where I am that the quarters could be in. The neck is becoming behind the vertical, so therefore it's going to be a 6. Ella's quite tight over the back and she needs to step under more, and that will lift and lighten the forehand and give the canter more jump. And the neck is very short. That's a 6. That's a fairly good free walk. Would like her to step under a little bit more for a higher mark, but she's certainly worthy of a 7. That looks quite a good turn into centre line, but then unfortunately we are drifting through the right shoulder. The turn would have been an 8, the drifting brings it back down to a 7, and it's not quite square, so we're going to put it down to a 6. Ella looks quite an obedient mare. Her paces are quite correct, so I'm going to give her a 7. I think she just needs a little bit more activity at times and to be more uphill in the canter, to develop more uphill balance, so therefore the impulsion is a 6. The suppleness, I would underline suppleness and the lightness of the forehand, the engagement, therefore it's another 6. But I thought you rode quite some nice movements, and I think that you're a partnership in the making, and it looks like you could progress further up the level. She just needs to work a little bit more softly and through over the back to be able to step under and therefore lift the forehand. And when that happens, the contact will become more consistent.